serial entrepreneur. She's an
Yes.
author as well as an activist, and she has this. Oh, don't forget, she's also a military vet, and she has this wonderful program coming out in which we're going to be speaking about right now. It's entitled "Generational Wealth," not just for yourself, but generational wealth.
Yes.
And Symposium Saturday, November 23rd. So tell us a little bit about what gave you the idea to come up with this wonderful subject.
Thank you for asking, and thank you for having me on your show. I'm super excited to be here, and what really caused me to want to be here and really do this is that I remember just having a time in my life where it was really a shift, and it was financially. I knew that I wasn't able to do some of the things that I had done before, and it's because of poor money management, right? So it's okay to make a lot of money, but it's another whole thing when you don't know how to properly manage that money. And so, of course, this is something that, the colleges don't teach us. Even after we spend all that money, they don't really teach you how to manage your money. And so I wanted to be able to empower the college students there at Morgan State University, as well as veterans such as myself, who really needed more information around financial literacy, money management, those types of things, and those types of skills. So I decided I was going to do something that wouldn't cost anything for a change, right? But still be able to empower them, as well as, give them the tools and the resources and allow them to be able to partner with some of those, local, entrepreneurs that are really doing big things and can help them to really go for some of them, from welfare to generational wealth. Because the whole idea is that, we're going to leave a legacy. We're going to leave money or finances for our children's children. And that's what the Bible and the Word lets us know. And so we want to absolutely be fruitful and multiply the money that God has given us, and not necessarily have somebody to have to pay for our funeral like so many have had to do. So that's why I did this. I wanted people to be able to leverage the income that they had, to be able to keep more of the income that they had, and to be able to invest it, and build their community, right? So that's primarily why I did what I did.
So if I ask for the, I guess, give me a definition of what you consider to be generational wealth.
So generational wealth is when you see somebody as a child, they're able to go to college because they have the finances, right? They don't have to go into debt in order to be able to attend college. Or they may be able to have a home that was handed down to them. There may be their grandparent, because they, their grandparent knew that they were wanting to leave for their grandchild, or maybe their mother wanted to leave, the home, or have an additional home. Some people have a home for every child that they have, so whenever they graduate college, they'll be able to have that home, and they don't have to go into debt and buying a house. Some people do it for a car, but why not have it for a home? Something that's going to build value, that's going to appreciate, that you'll be able to borrow against if necessary and be able to pay back. Generational wealth for me is really not something that you have to work for. It's money that's being made in your sleep, from one generation handed down to the next. That's generational wealth.
Okay, and I'm looking at it as well, and I think from what I've known, as we look at generational wealth, we can talk about it from different standpoints.
Yes.
Okay, and one of the standpoints is passing on a business,
Yes.
passing on investments, insurance policies, or like you say, the equity in homes can help create generational wealth. And I think there is a need, particularly in the communities of color, to look at this topic and how do you go from being low income, moderate income, and passing something to your children that they can pass to your grandchildren, and so everybody's not starting from scratch all over again. So let's turn our attention to this wonderful event you have at Morgan State University, Saturday, November 23rd, 10 a.m. to 4. Tell us what some of the expectations if attendees can expect. I mean, it's a free event. That's beautiful.
Absolutely.
But tell us a little bit about it.
So basically what we're going to do is we're going to kick it off with a complimentary brunch, so that people can fellowship and get to know one another and get an idea of, who's in the building, things of that nature. And then we're actually going to have them go into 4 breakout sessions. Not immediately after, we're going to have a general assembly where we'll all come together and get some mindset training. Because one of the things I wanted to do with this is to be able to help the Baltimore community to shift their mindset. There are some people that really don't see the vision of what finances can do and how they can build their finances. And so we wanted to really work on that mindset to begin with in our general assembly right after the brunch. And then following with that mindset, we're going to have a young lady that's going to really give us everything that we need to know around money. Rather you are low income or high income, she can deal with all, because she's a tenured financial advisor, actually named the #1 small business owner for the Fairfax County, as well as she's on the front of 3 magazine as a powerful woman to know in terms of money. And so I'm just excited to bring her, for free.
And that's
Shirley Liu.
Dr. Shirley Liu.
That's right.
And when will she be speaking?
She will be there at 12, and she'll be actually in the auditorium, and that's where we'll have our General Assembly right there. And right before we do our breakout sessions, where we'll have the 4 rooms that we'll be going into. And I can tell you about those 4 rooms and what's going to happen in each one of those rooms.
So this is going to be Saturday, November 23rd, Generational Wealth Symposium at the School of Business, the Earl Grey School of Business on the campus, the wonderful campus of Morgan State University. And look like you put together a great stellar panel of people. And let's just talk about a few of the subject matters of the workshops.
Absolutely. So ideally, we want to talk about, some of those individuals that were able to be homeless. So one of my gentlemen that you can see on the flyer is homeless, and he was living in vacant buildings. And he went from living in vacant buildings to literally building a portfolio of over 100 homes to be able to landlord. And that's the one that's going to be speaking about the mindset and how you can shift yourself out that, welfare mindset to a generational wealth mindset. And so he'll be that speaker speaking on that. The other young man, he's going to be speaking about, flipping homes. He's known as the Flip Factor.
Is that Mr. Kevin?
Yeah. Michael Green is the Flip Factor.
Oh, Michael Green?
Yes,
okay.
He's a Flip Factor. And he's going to be talking about, and he was at-risk youth in Baltimore, grew up in Baltimore as well, and was able to find himself out of trouble and literally starting to build wealth by flipping homes. And he's doing over 100 homes per year, and he's already done 1,156 homes in the last 10 years. So he definitely knows how to acquire and do wholesaling. He'll be talking about wholesaling, how to have no money down to acquire property and be able to actually, walk away with a nice check from wholesaling properties, as well as rehabbing. And he'll talk to you about those types of things, contracting and all the different, he'll give you the good, bad, and the ugly about how to be a flipper in the Baltimore community.
So if someone wanted to register or get more information, where would you direct them to?
So they need to go to the website, so generationalwealthsymposium.com. And some people don't know how to spell symposium, so I'll spell that. So it's S as in Sierra, Y as in Yankee, M as in Mike, P as in Papa, O as in Oscar, S as in Sierra, I as in India, U as in Uniform, and M as in Mike. Okay. So generationalwealthsymposium.com. Or they can text me on my cell at 575-742-8352. That's 575, my name, Shateka, spelled out. So 575-742.
So, Ms. Shateka,
8352.
I see you also have some of your general themes, keeping what you have made, investing what you've made, sharing with your next 2 generations. But the one that's keeping my eye is the one you have, making more money in your sleep.
That's right. You have to attend to know what that's all about. We're so excited.
That sounds exciting.
It really is. And so we have that's one of our track rooms that we'll be talking about here in just a second in our break room.
It sounds like something that's residual income, or is it computer-based? Or
Absolutely residual income.
Okay.
Yes.
And I also see you have some great sponsors here. Let's give a plug to some of your sponsors, because those are the people who make these kind of things happen.
Absolutely. So Exit Spivey Realty, so we pretty much know him, Donnell Spivey. He's a broker and has a show here as well. He was able to donate, as well as Shirley Liu and Associates. She'll be giving away free vacations. That's right. Several free vacations. So when you come to that 12 noon session, you'll be able to get that. Of course, myself, as She Inspires. And then Media 81. They actually did all of the media, the digital media that you see, and it's phenomenal. So he did a couple of promo videos for us, as well as the website at no cost. And so we're excited. He's actually going to be coming over and being one of our speakers for one of the tracks that I'll be talking about here just a second, the small business owners.
Okay, folks, this is Lou Fields BDX Live, October 21st. It's 2:16 p.m. We're in studio with Ms. Shateka Husser. Is that Husser?
Yes, that's correct.
And she is the event host and serial entrepreneur. Yes. I'm just going to leave that alone. But tell me about some of these people. I'm looking at the beautiful Vermilla Curry.
Right. For Mela Carey's going to be talking to you a lot about Forex trading. So many people don't know about that and how what the banks have been doing with our money for so many years. We now have the power to do ourselves. So you put $1,000 in, you may get $1. Well, you can get way more than that every single day by trading.
Okay.
Right. Turning your phone into an ATM. She'll be talking about that. And Katrina Bagwandine will be helping her and assisting her in that, but also talking about how to do multi-level marketing and things of that nature.
And you also have our friend who was such an important part of BDX, because she came in studio with us for several weeks and did the Becoming a Boss series. Also helped us so much with our social media. Miss Jacinta Walker. What is she going to be doing?
She'll be talking about how to brand yourself as an expert, as a small business owner.
Branding, yeah.
Exactly. And so Kevin McCarthy will be in that room with her as well, and he'll be talking about digital marketing. That's the gentleman that actually donated all of the services for us in terms of the media.
Well, tell me about a couple more. Let's talk about Miss Janet
Tompkins.
Yes.
She has over 100 properties that she's landlording. She actually is a part of the Baltimore RIA as well, so she's always teaching how to landlord. So she'll be spending a lot of time in our fourth room, which is going to be how to go from being a homeowner to being a landlord of many properties. So she is the business, as they say.
Great.
And she does commercial property as well, so anybody that have those types of questions.
And Katrina Bagwandine?
Right. Yeah, I mentioned that she would be with Vermela Curry.
Okay.
And so she'll be doing multi-level marketing as well.
Okay, I think I've just about covered everybody. Did we get Mark Owens a plug?
Yes. So Mark Owens was the person, so we talking about how he went from vacancy, being in a vacant home, to being a landlord of over 100 homes. And he's very, very, I know him personally, and he's really into helping people and coaching and mentoring. And so he actually has, every Friday, he has lunch with people that he's trying to mentor. So he's really giving back all the time. And I really wanted him to be one of our speakers for that, because he has the heart to really give to the people.
Well, congratulations on not just having a wonderful topic, but also bringing together these professional people who can really address these issues under generational wealth, but also choosing my favorite HBCU, Morgan State University, where I was at homecoming Saturday before last, and my baby brother John teaches English there. And of course, being in business, we all love and respect the name Earl Graves. So you're going to have you have a lot of great things happening here. And again, for people who want more information, you go to generationalwealthsymposium.com or send a text to 575-742-8352 and tell them you heard it on BDX Live. So, Ms. Shateka, tell us a little bit more about yourself. And you mentioned you were in the military before?
I was. I actually served 7 years active duty as an Army officer in the logistics field. So when I... he gives the hand clap. So when I left, I was actually a captain promotable out of Iraq, actually, in 2003. And so my ETS was 2004, January. So prior to doing that, I actually was in the reserves while I was in college. And so I did 71 Lima as a specialist at the time, prior to going in as an active duty.
So what school were you at?
I was at South Carolina State University.
Oh, that's your native state. Okay.
We just played them in Morgan State, as a matter of fact, and won.
Good.
Yeah. So.
And let's see. Tell us about your book, because that's actually where we actually met. I had the Langston Hughes Book Fair at our church, and your table was next to mine. And what was your book again? Tell us about that book of yours.
So Living for God's Purpose, Reckless Abandonment is the name of the book, and the goal is to get you to divorce your bondages and marry your purpose. So we have so many bondages keeping us from becoming all that God has called us to be, and so we are not being fruitful and multiplying because we are stagnant and stuck. And the reason why is because we have so many bondages that's keeping us back. And so that book is really speaking to some of those bondages that we need to address emotionally, spiritually, and all those things. So dealing with the heart and getting you free and whole, as well as trying to get you to get the Holy Spirit within you, so that you'll be able to have that guide to help you to be able to make those decisions and really order your steps in life.
So the book is called again?
Reckless Abandonment. Reckless Abandonment.
That's quite a title.
And I actually have the website is readrecklessabandonment.com.
Is that R-E-A-D?
Yes.
Okay.
R-E-A-D, reckless, R-E-C-K-L-E-S-S, abandonment, A-B-A-N-D-O-N-M-E-N-T. shatekahusserdot.com.
And they can order your book there?
They can order it there.
Okay.
And it's actually an Audible for it. Some people don't like to read or maybe not have the time. They can get the Audible because I actually have it on there as well.
Okay, good. And are you available for book signings, things like that as well?
Always available.
Okay, good. Always available.
Yes.
So when you have your event on the 23rd, if people come, would you have books there as well, you think?
Yes, my goal is to have some books there.
Okay,
Absolutely.
good. Okay, so now, again, folks, this is Generational Wealth Symposium. The great news, it's free. It's on a Saturday, Morgan State University, Earl Gray School of Business. And who are you looking forward to attend?
Well, I'm looking for the general public to attend. Of course, the students and veterans such as myself is ideally who I would like to have attend. But anybody that really, like I said, is not income driven. We have Shirley Lou who's going to be catering to the high end investor, as well as those that may be challenged with finances. So don't think that wherever you are, we're going to meet you right where you are and be able to take you from where you are to the next level in terms of your finances.
Yeah, that was my next question.
Yes.
What are the takeaways? Is there going to be Generational Wealth Symposium number 2 or?
So next year we're going to actually have an expo. So we'll have actual vendors. This time we didn't have vendors, and it'll be much larger. And so yes, absolutely.
Okay, the first time is most important, just to lay the foundation and make sure it's going the way you want it to go.
Right.
So again, folks, on Saturday, mark your date, mark it on your calendar. Saturday, November 23rd. That's about a good 5 weeks from now, 4 to 5 weeks. So you do have time. And we know that they can register at generationalwealthsymposium.com. And we're going to kick it off. You say, well, how is parking? Do they park on that lot right across from the building?
Yes, it'll be a Saturday, so there won't be any stipulations really around the parking. Of course, they will want to be careful parking where they have the stores down further. But yes, so they can park there. But the concern is that people really need to register if they're serious about coming to this event because we have limited seats, as you well know. And so it's first come, first serve. Unfortunately, we won't be able to take everybody after that point. We can only take so many. So now is the time. We still have some seats available. We definitely want you to go ahead and get registered. There's a few questions that you'll answer at the registration, so it'll better help us understand how to accommodate the different room sizes. So thank you so much for listening to me today, and we look forward to you coming out and listening to what we have to do here at the Generational Wealth Symposium in Morgan State.
Yeah, plus because it's November 23rd, we have a few more Monday shows. We can plug it again, and you can call in, or maybe even have some of your special guests call in. We can talk to them about their participation and begin to just get more momentum going. But again, this is the kind of data and information that our community surely needs, because the way things work in America, it's about cash, credit, and collateral.
Absolutely.
And if you don't have cash and you don't have credit and you don't have collateral, you're just about shut out of everything. You can't rent cars. Sometimes you can't get jobs. This whole thing about wealth, or more importantly, in our community, the lack of wealth, it's a big issue. And I think when we looked at some of your themes, particularly the one that talks about investing what you've made, because sometimes if you don't make it, not sometimes, but if you don't make investments with the money you are earning, life can be more difficult when you have emergencies and things pop up and you think you're going to get ready to retire and you say, oh boy, this is just not enough for me to live on. I'm retired, but now I haven't have a second job.
That's right.
Because I haven't created any wealth.
That's right.
And I think because we as African Americans controlling, over $1 trillion now, we seem to think we have wealth, but wealth means you can have money and don't have to get up and go to work the next day.
That's right.
You're living
your money's
good.
Making money for you.
And then when time for college, you don't have to take these loans, and your children end up with so much college debt.
That's right.
And that's really burdened a lot of families. And then these emergencies that come up, not to mention foreclosures